Yeah, okay. Okay, so good evening, guys. I hope I'm audible and visible to you. Please let us know in the comment box. Today we have organized this session to help sociology students make this shift towards prelims in a comfortable manner. Usually, what happens is before students make this decision to shift to prelims mode, they always have this thing in their mind that before they switch, they must complete their optional, specifically mains syllabus, comfortably and satisfactorily. And these 2 months, specifically November to December, are the best 2 months to utilize to complete their preparation for mains, specifically for sociology. There are two courses that we are launching. One is Daily Answer Writing and Mentorship Program, DAMP, and second is the Crash Course. The two courses are equally good, but both the courses help two different set of students who are in two different stage of their preparation and those who have two different styles of learning, which means both the courses are helpful to help the students complete their preparation confidently, but both of them address two different kind of groups. I'll start off with the DAMP, Daily Answer Writing Mentorship Program. It is going to begin from 1st of November. Now, what is DAMP all about? In case you don't know about DAMP, what happens is daily at 12 p.m. Daily at 12 p.m. we upload 3 questions on your portal. So those who register, they on their portal at 12 p.m. sharp will see 3 questions, out of which 2 questions will be evaluated and 1 question is given for homework purpose. That means out of the 3, you have to write answer to only 2 questions, and which are those questions will be given to you in the PDF file itself, and you will get evaluation of those questions within 3 hours. Okay, this is the most important aspect of it, that in DAMP we emphasize a lot on quick evaluation within 3 hours, and that too without compromising on the quality. And we'll also discuss how we evaluate, what are the quality parameters that we take into consideration before we upload the evaluated copy. Coming back to the second point, before I jump to how we evaluate, the questions that are uploaded according to chronology of the syllabus. That means our first set of PDF consisting of 3 questions will be from unit 1, bullet number 1, which is about social changes in Europe, and so on and so forth. This goes on till the last bullet point is arrived in the syllabus of unit 10, paper 1. This goes on for 1 full month. Every day except for Sundays and 1 or 2 Saturday, 3 questions are uploaded, and every day this slot of uploading your question gets opened only 2 times. One slot is 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. That means if you are somebody who is full-fledged into UPSC preparation, can opt for this slot and may write in this slot. And in case if you are not writing in this slot, you may then opt for 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. slot, which is specially given for students who are working students. In case if they are working, they are not able to give time to UPSC preparation during daytime, they may come back home evening hours and they may write the test and submit it before 9 p.m. But this distinction is very flexible. Those who are writing in the afternoon may write sometimes even in the evening. It is not that you have to opt for one specifically, but it is just that I wanted you to know about this provision that we have 2 slots only, and this will actually force you in a very good way to be disciplined and regular with your answer writing, because you know that after 9 p.m. your answers will not be accepted. After 3 p.m. again your answer will not be accepted. So there are 2 slots again, 12 to 3 p.m. and 6 to 9 p.m. Now, do we discuss all the 3 questions? Do we give model answer for all the 3 questions? When it comes to model answer, we give for the 2 questions and we also give for the 1 homework question. We upload the same in form of PDF and we do live discussions for the 2 questions which are main questions which are evaluated every day live, but we don't discuss the homework question. Homework question is given only in the PDF format, even the solution is given in the PDF format. We don't discuss it. We discuss mainly the 2 questions. And these 2 questions are made to check your conceptual clarity. They are not just made to see whether you are able to write answer or not in whatever time you take. We are specifically making these questions to check your conceptual clarity, and we give enough emphasis on what you are writing and not what you should write, which means in the evaluation process we don't expect any of our evaluators, and we don't even encourage any of our evaluator to give you extra thinkers in your writing. Our focus is on emphasizing what mistakes you have done in your answer without burdening you with extra stuff. And that is the main thing, that is the characteristic feature of this program. Evaluation is the core feature of this program, and we do it with quality and also in minimum time, which is 3 hours. This is the course that gets completed in 2 months. First month is reserved for paper 1, which is it begins 1st November, goes on till 30th November for paper 1. We make a shift to paper 2 from December onwards. December 1 to 28th December, we complete paper 2. And remember, at the end of each of the month for paper 1 and 2, we also have one full length test. That means when you are done with your full paper 1, bullet by bullet, by the end of November, you will also get a full length test of whole paper 1. And same is the treatment for paper 2. By the end of December, you get full length test of paper 2. So by the end of the whole course, you have maintained discipline, and you have also understood how to write. You have gotten quality feedback in less time, which is 3 hours, and you are able to work out on your issues because you know these are the issues which are recurring in your answer, and you can work out on those in your next day's question. And this goes on for 2 months. So within 2 months, you complete the course with answer writing. And this course should be preferred by those people who have, I would say, have completed the syllabus at least once. If not once, at least paper 1 is completed at least once. They can safely join the course, damp. And those who prioritize daily answer writing, and those who believe that they can follow the targets, everyday targets, religiously, they must join damp. Now when it comes to crash course, who is it for and how does it help students differently from damp? See, the basic idea is that unlike damp, where we are giving 3 questions daily and where you are expected to follow the targets on daily basis, in crash course there is good enough flexibility, which means it is not necessary that you are watching or writing tests daily in crash course. It gives you flexibility to write the test according to your convenience, although the flexibility is not beyond a given time, which means you have to complete the crash course within 3 months. It is valid till 31st January, unlike damp, which is valid till 28th December plus 10 days extra, okay, in case you are left with few things. So this is about daily answer writing, and few more things before we switch to crash course discussion. If you have finished full reading of sociology, you can go for damp, and if you are yet to finish full reading of sociology, you can go for crash course. And if you can commit daily 60 days, for 60 days if you can commit that you will be disciplined, then you can go for daily answer writing. If not, you can go for crash course. Usually in crash course we go into depth. Instead of consistency, in crash course we focus on clarity. But here in damp, our focus is primarily consistency, to make you disciplined, to make you target based person who's completing the answers on daily basis and who's getting evaluated and getting feedback on daily basis. So if you are well disciplined that way, you must go for DAMP. Otherwise, Crash Course is there. Validity, as I told you, DAMP is valid for 2 months, Crash Course valid for 3 months. Flexibility is there in Crash Course. In DAMP, there is no flexibility. It is rigid. That means if you have skipped a question, you have skipped a question. Then you have to write the next day's question only. So this is the overall structure of the Crash Course versus DAMP. Rest, I would say, it is not which course is better, but what's better for your stage. And you have to evaluate your own stage. Usually, in a very broad sense, I often say that DAMP is good for those students who have completed their reading at least once. They just want to complete it with writing now in a disciplined manner. And Crash Course is for those who can give time till January and who want to complete many topics which they are not comfortable with. Their focus is not just on daily answer writing per se, their focus is on clarity and depth. Now, when it comes to full length tests in DAMP, total full length tests that we have are 2. In Crash Course, we have total 8 full length tests, 6 sectional plus 2 full syllabus. And of course, since target audience is different, therefore different set of students can opt for these courses according to their needs, but both are equally good. It all depends on which stage are you in. Okay, if you have any specific kind of question, you may please let me know. Otherwise, in terms of what these courses deal with is already elaborated in detail on the website also. And those who are not there in the Telegram group for our sociology course, they may join the Telegram group, the link of which is given in the YouTube description box also. You may check that YouTube link and you may join that. We keep students updated on daily basis on the courses and the current important articles which are of relevance to our preparation. So this is the broad idea. If you have any question, you may please ask. Hello sir, which PYQ book should I refer? So Ravi Shekhar is asking which PYQ book to refer. I will be very honest with you, and this is a question that we have discussed before also in the previous sessions. Which PYQ book to refer? So the answer to this is very simple. You should not refer any PYQ book, including any PYQ book released by LevelUp IAS. Why? Now the question is why? Well, I have said the same thing before. If you rely on PYQ book, you will stop brainstorming. You will never think on your own. You will know that there is a book lying out there. Let me pick that book and just skim through the answer. Why to struggle? Why to brainstorm? Well, it will cost you a lot eventually, because one day when you will come across a new question, which you will definitely, it will be very difficult for you to come up with the solution to that in a readily manner, because you have been habituated into reading and referring ready-made material ever since the preparation began, and that is why it is very harmful to rely on PYQ book. Second reason for you to not rely on PYQ book is, if you see the PYQ books which are made, you will understand this is not how toppers write their answers. Toppers, when they write their answers, or those students who become topper with their answers, are the students who have maintained good presentation in their answers, who have given subheadings, who have underlined few important points, who have given good examples, who may have also used some diagrams, and who have left enough spacing between their paragraphs, and who have of course maintained good handwriting. Whereas in PYQ book, everything is well standardized, cluttered, and consisting of many paragraphs borrowed directly from Wikipedia or some ChatGPT source. It looks less like an answer and more like a content which is borrowed from somewhere else. And that is why PYQ book should not be referred. Third reason why PYQ book should not be referred is, when you refer any PYQ book, you will realize that you always start undervaluing yourself, because you always feel this is better, mine is bad, because they have written something which I did not write. It unnecessarily creates forceful relative deprivation among you, when in reality there can be many perspectives to the same question. The PYQ book will force you to stick to one perspective, or at least it will give you an impression that this is the only perspective, rest all perspectives are nonsense, when in reality this is not the case. The fact is, if you rely on PYQ book, you will start feeling succumbed to that book, which has been made by borrowing many things from the outside source without bothering enough about the intricate details that toppers often give emphasis to. And that is why you should not refer PYQ book. And fourthly, you should not refer PYQ book because, as I told you, they are mainly made by students who are preparing themselves. They are not made by teachers. In case you are mistaken and you feel that they are made by teachers or some experts, it is very wrong on your part to assume that. Let me be very open with you in this on this question. In the very first place, they are made by students, and that too with the help of chat GPT, and this is why you should not refer PYQ book. So I feel if these reasons are strong enough for you to not refer PYQ book, of course then you should not refer PYQ book. Otherwise you are free to refer. But eventually what matters is, can you think of answer on your own, or do you feel that you are getting habituated to rely on external source? If the second is the case, you are definitely uh, having tough time. Okay, and that is why I would not request you to go for any PYQ book. Manish, how many lectures will be done in the crash course? In the crash course, Manish, there are more than 25 lectures. In the lectures in the crash course, we give enough detailed emphasis on the conceptual clarity. The demo of the crash course is also available on the YouTube, especially for the first class. Lecture number 1, you can YouTube the same, you can check Google search the same. Lecture number 1, Crash Course Sociology 2025. And that will give you idea as to how we conduct the crash course. Our focus is on clarity, conceptual clarity, and at the same time we don't end up with big notes. Our focus is making or having short notes at the end of the day, along with good wide level of understanding. Both are equally essential. Okay. And Nishi Singh is asking, sir, I have done the syllabus once and my attempt is 2027, sir, and I should join crash course because I think I will also get lecture support. Definitely, Nishi, since you have good enough time with you till 2027, you are going to wait and you are going to write your attempt in 2027 only. I would definitely suggest you to finish early with the help of crash course, because that is going to give you more in-depth clarity on the concepts, along with answer writing elsewhere. The only difference is that in the crash course we don't do daily answer writing, which we do in the DAMP. So DAMP is mainly known for daily answer writing. Crash course is known for in-depth clarity along with answer writing, which takes place periodically but not daily. Charmit Tavade, sir, will all concepts be explained comprehensively in crash course? Yes, Charmit. In fact, you can even check our demo session on the YouTube. All the concepts that we deal with, we deal with them comprehensively, and only then we shift to the second area or second concept. Manish, sir, but you recommend earlier Vishal publication PYQ book. Okay. So if you're asking only questions, I'm really sorry. I thought you were asking me solutions. If you're asking only question, well, the free PDF for only questions from the past 10 years is available on the LevelUp website. You need not even buy Vishal one. You can simply download the PDF that we have uploaded on the LevelUp IAS website. Well, unlike Vishal, which has arranged questions chapter wise, we have arranged questions theme wise within the chapter. That means if the chapter consists of 3 or 4 bullet points, for each bullet point what have been the question in the past 10 years, and that too unique ones. We don't include the repeated questions. The unique ones from the past 10 years in that theme of that chapter are arranged chronologically from the past 10 years. So that is available for free download. You can download the same. Yes, PYQs are also discussed in the crash course, Nishi. In fact, even in the DAMP, we discuss the PYQs. Manish Verma, sir, will you provide notes or handouts also along with lectures in crash course? Well, yes, in Crash Course we do provide notes and handouts, but not lot. Most of what is supposed to be called as notes is something that we do in the class itself. So we cover the concepts, the units on the smart board with flowcharts, and those flowcharts are what you will eventually call as your notes, or your notes will revolve around those flowcharts. See, what happens is कई students कई जगह से पढ़ते हैं, uh, and they end up making huge pile of notes for one chapter. Suppose like origin of sociology, students will have 20-30 odd pages, leaving them in confusion as to how to begin their answer, what is the right approach, how to end their answer. So instead of having 30 pages on origin of sociology, we end up with one flow chart which gives you good enough clarity on how to approach such questions which are quite repetitive. And those flowcharts give you direction. Not just they give you direction, those flowcharts give direction to the reader or the evaluator or the senior examiner to help understand what is the flow in your answer. And that way you end up with short notes as well. Okay. Sir, I have completed reading, but I'm not very thorough with paper 2. Should I join DAMP? Well, Arun, you have two choices. If you are not so thorough with paper 2, you may opt for only paper 2 course as well that we run, especially for students who are not comfortable with paper 2. We go in great details in paper 2, and we cover paper 2 in 45 to 50 lectures, starting with the proper base we make for paper 2, especially because we feel that most of the time students are not comfortable with paper 2 because they don't have good enough clarity on the thinkers. They don't form the proper foundation of thinkers in paper 2 the way they have formed proper foundation in paper 1. They don't find coherence in paper 2 the way they find coherence or interlinkages in paper 1. So we give a lot of emphasis on forming that interlinkage and coherence in paper 2 thinkers the way it is formed in paper 1. So in the initial 20 lectures um, we stick to section A and B, and it runs up to 25 lectures. 25 lecture onwards, 30 lectures onward, we shift to section C. So total we take 45 to 50 classes for paper 2. In case, and remember, paper 2 course is already going on in terms of what we call as its structure, and the course is going to be valid till, I think if you enroll for it, it is going to be valid till mid-December. Okay, so that means you have good enough time to complete the syllabus of paper 2 if you want to by the end of mid-December. And secondly, DAMP is not made to teach you paper 2. It is just made to test your daily answer writing on the questions that we give you from paper 1 and 2. And of course, we will discuss each and question on the daily basis. But the course is not supposed to teach the concepts. It is just supposed to focus on how you write answers, right? However, while referring how to write, I do emphasize on some concepts also which you must know. So, but it is just that we don't explicitly claim that we are teaching in paper in DAMP. We are actually focusing more on answer writing in DAMP. Okay. Hi sir, I was a student of your 2021 foundation batch of sociology and now I am planning to appear in 2026. Do I need to subscribe again for foundation of crash course? Will help me to fill the gap. Vikram, if you feel that since you were part of 2021 foundation batch and it's been 5 years now, I'll be honest with you, many things have changed, many things have evolved. My own understanding of things, the notes that we distribute among students, the way we approach PYQ and many other new PYQs which have occurred since past 5 years, all those things have added to or contributed to change the way we look into the syllabus now. So although syllabus is static, but the way we teach is not static. Okay, it has evolved in the past 5 years. And in case if you feel that there is a great level of disconnect between 2021 learning that you undertook and your present state where you feel you are not having enough confidence, you may then, in order to regain confidence and to have proper structured way of learning, join the ongoing batch, or you may also opt for crash course, whatever is suitable to you according to budget and according to time. Okay. How to generate points. Not every point can be thinker based, but should every point come from sociological perspective like functionalism, etc.? And if not, then it will be generic. Nishu, the question that you are asking is also, I'll be very honest, very generic question. Because when it comes to answer writing, every point is not going to be thinker based literally, as you have also asked me. It is actually the case. Every point can't be thinker based. Every point can't have keywords like functionalism, conflict, or critical or feminist. Some points are very general, but what is not to be understood is that your answer should be thinker loaded. What is to be understood is that your answer should address the demand. While addressing demand, some of the statements will be generic, but overall answer can't be called generic as long as it is addressing the targeted demand, which can't be generic. Demand cannot be generic. Your language can be generic. The keywords that you are using can't be generic. They will be sociology specific. So don't worry about each and every word, each and every sentence. Worry about the bigger picture, which is whether you address the demand or not, keeping of course sociological perspective, because the paper is of sociology. So this does not mean every line should sound sociological. It simply means every line should hit the demand. Okay. Sir, PYQs will be covered in Crash Course or not? Yes, Vikramaditya, we cover PYQs in Crash Course and we cover PYQs in DAMP also. Okay. If somehow we miss the question of DAMP, will they be validated on further days? Anuj, in case you missed any question, you cannot get your question evaluated. That is why I said DAMP is very rigid in terms of its structure, but Crash Course is quite flexible. You have 3 months to complete the course, and the videos and the detailed discussion and answers, everything is uploaded on the website, uh, and that you can take help of to complete your syllabus. And DAMP is purely for daily answer writing purpose. Those who are targeting to complete their sociology preparation before the end of this year, which is 30th December, and they want to do it consistently while maintaining the 3-day question pace every day except few Sundays or Saturday, can join DAMP. And those who feel that they can give one more month to sociology and they are in not so much hurry and they are preparing for 2027 and they want to give more time to clarity of concepts than just consistency at their personal level, they can join Crash Course. Okay. So please do reply to my question which I have asked earlier. Ravi Shekhar, yes. Ravi, as I told you, you can, acha, how many lectures will be? Ravi, as I address the same question, you can actually download the same PYQ book from the website. You don't need to even buy Vishal PYQ book. You can simply download the book from our website, the PYQ book, which includes theme-wise questions arranged across 10 years. Okay. Unlike Vishal, where you will have unit-wise questions, we focus a lot on theme within the unit and theme-wise questions from the past 10 years. Okay, guys, I feel I have addressed broadly most of the questions. We will have 1 more minute in the session. In case you have any other question, you are free to drop your question. Otherwise, we will wrap up today's session. The details of both the courses, DAMP and Crash Course, are available on the website. And remember, it is better for us to have comfortable switch to prelims mode, because usually what happens is when we switch to prelims mode, back of the mind, we always feel burdened with our mains optional preparation, that we could not give enough time to our optional, and that haunts us till the mid of March, until we are fully subsumed or fully into prelims mode, which may take your full March month before you realize it. And that is why usually it is advisable, anybody would suggest you that before you switch to prelims mode, which is properly January or even mid-December, you must give adequate time to your optional preparation, because now you are going to study optional after prelims only, not before that. So these 4-5 coming months after December are going to be dedicated to prelims only. So before that, you should target to complete this either through daily answer writing or through Crash Course, whatever suits you. Okay. So I took classes 2022. Should I join again the foundation batch or go with Crash Course? Manish, I would advise you to go with Crash Course. No need to join foundation again, because Crash Course also reflects. You can treat Crash Course as mini or micro foundation. The only difference is that in Crash Course we are not able to teach every topic bullet by bullet, but whatever we teach, usually that is those areas which are mostly repeated by UPSC, and those areas which are definitely very important, and those areas which are quite comprehensive vis-a-vis other areas. The areas which if you cover, you will end up covering other areas also. But in foundation, of course, we take good enough time, we complete most of the bullets, if not each and every. But in foundation, we go with very slow pace, because they are foundation lectures are mainly for beginners. In Crash Course, the pace is bit high, but you have option to slow it down minus 1x or minus 2x or even 2x or 3x according to your pace. So in Crash Course, we assume that most of the students are those who are quite familiar with their option preparation and they have already completed ones. So that is why we take enough liberty to speed up the way we cover things in Crash Course. Okay, so it's all dependent on your stage. Which stage are you in? Okay, this is what we have mentioned. What's better for your stage is something that you pick. It's not about which course is better in itself. The real reality. What is your question? I'm a beginner, what to do? I'm beginner, what to do? How to start? Like complete roadmap, please. Complete roadmap. Real reality, I would say. The reality which is quite real is that you should definitely begin your preparation in proper organized manner. Either you do it by self-study or you enroll with classroom program. With self-study, nothing can beat self-study. Nothing is better than self-study. But the issue is discipline, consistency. Sometimes when we plan self-study, we are not able to maintain consistency. And time is something which is more valued in UPSC's preparation than money per se. And if you are not able to maintain consistency on your own, it is always advisable to enroll for a class and get the course finished. And in the course, we are not just focusing on completion of the syllabus. We focus a lot on answer writing at the end of the unit. We cover PYQs and we also include test series in our course. So by the end of the course, even if the course gets delayed by 20 days or even 1 month, the delay is not without any reason. The delay is because of quality completion, because we emphasize a lot on answer writing as well, and not just completing the course for the sake of completing. So I would say, if you can maintain self-discipline and self-study, go with IGNU or EPG Pathshala. Otherwise, you can enroll with the classroom program, whatever way suits you. Okay. Sir, one last question. Can we rely on your handouts? Because many toppers suggest me your handouts. Should I integrate this with my coaching notes because I found notes is incomplete? Well, Ravi Shekhar, it's not about notes which are complete or incomplete. It's about understanding which is complete or incomplete. I have seen many students who have complete notes but incomplete understanding. And I have also seen many students who have incomplete notes but complete understanding. And that is very serious thing that I'm saying, that most of the times we end up showing notes to others. But the thing is that we lack many things here. We are not able to understand what did we write way back 5 or 6 months back. We are not able to explain it to anybody else. That means we lack understanding. It's not about notes that we lack. So even if you borrow our notes or even if you borrow our handouts, what I'm afraid is, what about the understanding gaps? How will you complete that? Because notes can be added easily from different sources. Understanding can't be added. It has to be developed, nurtured, and it has to be given time. उसका मतलब बड़ा सिंपल है, जैसे कि मैं हमेशा कई बार बोलता हूँ, पॉजिटिविज्म क्या हो, आप ऊपर you can actually borrow notes on positivism from multiple sources. But when it comes to explaining positivism without thinking of suicide, and if you are asked to think of some example other than suicide, how would you explain positivism to a layman? This tests your understanding. And many a time students struggle with this despite having complete notes. So you will have to think accordingly. Okay. सर अभी से ऑप्शनल स्टार्ट करें तो 3 मंथ्स में हो जाएगा. ब्लॉक आई वुड से 3 मंथ्स में तो पता नहीं, आप चाहो तो उसको 1 मंथ में भी कंप्लीट कर सकते हो. लेकिन बात वही है कि वो सिर्फ आपने जल्दी खत्म किया होगा और कुछ भी नहीं. आप ये सोचो अगर 3 मंथ्स में हो पाता तो हम सब भी 3 मंथ्स में करते हैं, हमें क्या था, राइट? वाई कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूशंस रन classes on optional for 5 months or 6 months? There is a reason. Okay, well, because if we plan to think of covering in 3 months, we know we are going to miss out on a lot of things. Today's 3 months that you save by covering only in 3 months will make you write for, or will make you wait for another 3 or 4 months maybe in future, because then again you will have to give more time to optional if you realize later on that 3 months passed by and you could not give enough justice to this preparation. So I would say 5 months is, or 4 months minimum. 4 months is minimum, considering that you are giving 3 to 4 hours daily to optional, and not just reading it but also understanding it and also doing PYQs or going through PYQs. Okay, so 4 months is minimum and maximum 6 months. Okay. Sai sir, good evening. Just wanted to ask, is it like answer submission time those referred slots, as I'm working right now, so to get time only night and morning, sir, please this one. Yes, Ayush, those who are working, we have made a slot 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. for those students to submit their answers. Okay, so as I was explaining to you, there are 2 slots for submission in DAMP, in daily answer writing, which begins on 1st of November, 12 to 3 p.m. and 6 to 9 p.m. Working guys can opt for this slot. Opting for this slot does not mean that officially getting registered for this separately. It is flexible. You may opt for any of them on the portal. If you have missed this slot, you can write your answer in this slot, but this slot is mainly for working students, and this slot is valid till 9 p.m. only. Why? Because as we are promising evaluation within 3 hours, we can't let the slot stay open till 12 a.m. because, of course, to be very honest, even the people who will be evaluating you, they would definitely require their own time, and we can't just keep them stuck to evaluation process throughout the day. And that is why, to have proper discipline and to make you follow the targets properly on time, we have restricted the time slots to 3 hours each. Okay. So language should contain high vocabulary and keywords. No, Tirth, it's not about high vocabulary, it's only about keywords. I have seen many students with simple language, simple vocabulary and good hold of keywords scoring far better than students who are having great level of vocabulary, who are pass out of St. Stephen or Mayo or Doon. More than those students, I have seen students coming from humble background with simple language and good hold of keyword scoring far more than them. Okay. Sir, how will you provide current affairs after prelims? Well, yes, for current affair we upload YouTube video every year on YouTube after prelims only. So you don't need to worry about current affair. Most of the syllabus that we have in sociology is static only. 95% of it is static. Even this year's question, if you see, most of the questions were static only. Current affair is more like a bubble. It doesn't really help, to be very honest with you. There used to be a time when current affairs used to dominate way back in 2018 or 19. But from there onward, you would see the trend has completely changed. The papers are quite static, but this does not mean that everybody is going to be comfortable just because it is static, because even the static has many dynamic parts which are not given enough emphasis or due emphasis by the students. and sometimes they lack proper understanding of those static parts also. That is why those static, what appears to be static, actually end up like what we call as dynamic because of the lack of understanding on those areas. Okay, the fees of damp and crash course, both of those things, damp is I think 11,000 plus GST, and Diwali offer is going on, 30% off you can avail, and same is the case with crash course. It is worth 14,000 roughly. Again, Diwali offer is going on, 30% off. You can opt for the same. You can consult LevelUp and make a call to LevelUp admin, because the code is no longer valid, I guess. You will have to check with the LevelUp team. But these are the two different price points of these two different courses. Okay, okay, guys. I'll take your leave now, and on 1st of November, I'll see you on for DAMP, for daily answer writing. And today we have begun with crash course. The crash course is all about completing your course within 3 months with 8 full length tests, where we have 6 sectional tests with full length approach 3 hours, and 2 full length tests consisting of full length syllabus. The crash course is different from a test series in one way, that in crash course, before every test we have few classes to help you clarify concepts and to help you deal with answer writing FOMO. It helps you deal with PYQs also before you approach the test. Whereas in test series, it is the simple model. You see the question paper, you write the test, you check the model answer, and you watch the discussion. These things are already part of crash course, along with the extra lecture that we give before the tests. Okay, so I'll take your leave, and I'm very thankful for you guys, to you guys, for attending this YouTube session live. And in case I've missed out on any question, I'll definitely revert back to those questions and check these questions later on and reply accordingly. Shreya, the crash course test schedule strict follow करना होगा क्या? No, there is no strict adherence to crash course schedule. It is quite flexible, Shreya, that way. आपके पास choice होती है. आप ये टेस्ट अगर आज मिस करते हो तो आप बाद में भी दे सकते हो. फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी क्रैश कोर्स में रहती है. डैम्प में फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी नहीं होती है. इट इज डेली बेसिस पे न्यू क्वेश्चंस विच आर गिवन. डैम्प इज मेनली online, Mayur. But if you want to write offline, you are most welcome to join us offline and come here and write your tests. You will have to just consult and take permission from LevelUp. They will allot you a chair and a room where you can write the test, but it is mainly online course. Okay. Yeah, it is online, as I mentioned. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.